this recording. So we will begin with our new topic that is Android app development. Now, teachers, I hope you have downloaded the MIT app companion on your mobile phone. So do not worry, I will be sharing the links again and again. My colleague will be sharing the links again and again uh, in the chat. So if you have not downloaded the MIT app, or if you have not marked the attendance, no issues. Be with us. We will be providing each and everything to you. So do not worry about that if you have not downloaded the MIT application, or if you have not uploaded, if you have not marked your attendance. We will be sharing attendance after every 15 minutes in this chat. So be with us. Right. So first, we will be talking about Android app development. So what is Android app development? So everyone knows the word, आप सभी जानते होंगे इस वर्ड के बारे में, एंड्रॉइड. It's a OS which we are using in our mobile phone, right? So there are different type of OS like iOS, Android, right? Then so we will be talking about first Android. So if you are an iOS user, you can also create such type of application on your iOS mobile phones, right? अगर आप एक Android user हैं और अगर आप मोबाइल iPhone चलाते हैं, iPhone user हैं, तो आप भी इस मोबाइल फोन पे अपने इस एप्लीकेशन को चला सकते हैं. So teachers, I will be using a multi bilingual, because teachers are requested, sir, can you please speak in Hindi also too? So I will be using Hindi and English both together wherever is required, so that the teachers can also, it can be also helpful for the teachers, those who are comfortable in Hindi. So yeah, so we are talking about Android app development. So now let's move to our just a second. Yeah. So what do you understand by a mobile app? So mobile app is basically, I think now we all are using Android apps in our day-to-day life, right? There are a lot of different type of applications are there in our mobile app. So for example, if I say we have a lot of we all are actually around revolving around the application. So we have different applications. If you want to wake up in the morning, there is an application for call it alarm, right? If you want to calculate something, there's a calculator, right? If you uh, want to chat with someone, then there are n number of applications which is used for communication, like WhatsApp messengers, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, then normal WhatsApp text. There are a lot of applications from where you can connect or you can talk to each other, right? Like if you want to measure how much you have walked in the morning, then there's an application which tracks your foot steps, like how much you have traveled in 1 hour, right? And then if you want to use music, if you want to listen music, then there's a music application, right? Then if you want to use astrological app, then there are a lot of astrology apps which are based on astronomy, right? So similar way, if you want to watch a live TV, then there are Geo TV, Hotstar, Disney Star. So there are a lot of things that are available in the Play Store, right? So these all are applications. We call it Android apps, which we are using to resolve our work or to, right? So those applications, how they work actually, what is the backend part, how they design, how it design, and how you can, after designing an APK or Android app, how you can upload it in Play Store. This is what we are going to learn, okay, in this session, right? I will from the beginning how to design an application, and then how to create an application, how to do a blog based programming, and then how to upload your Android app on the Play Store, right? All these things we are going to discuss in today's call. So आज के सेशन में हम लोग एंड्रॉइड एप्लीकेशन कैसे बनती है, कैसे उसको हम डिजाइन कर सकते हैं, और कैसे उसको प्ले स्टोर पे अपलोड कर सकते हैं, वो हम सब सीखेंगे. Now, teachers, in this training, we are not going to learn a typical kind of programming language. We will be designing this application in a simple manner, like with the help of blocks, right? Now, so these are the two young people. These are the two youngsters. Basically, they are Shravan Kumar and Sanjay Kumaran. They are actually brother, right? And at the age of 11 and 10, they develop their own mobile application, right? And at the age of 15 and 14, they have started their entrepreneurship with name of Go Dimension, and they are the CEO at the age of 15 14. So they have developed iOS and Play Store applications in the field of game, virtual reality, and IoT. So you can Google it. Right now, so Android app development software we are talking about in this training, we are talking about Android app development software, that is MIT Inventor 2. So I think most of you knows this application, right? But we are going to discuss more about this application, and we will be in this today. We will be going to create a Android calculator. You are using a calculator in your mobile phone, but how this calculator actually developed, that we are going to learn, and it's very easy. That I'll say. If you says I have no idea about coding part, I have no idea about how to do programming and all, so I'll tell you, without knowledge of coding and all, you just require a little bit of logic, and after this logic you can create a simple app. So, so we were talking about MIT App Inventor 2. So this is the interface actually. It's a web-based visual programming environment. Means in the Google, you can use it. You do not have to download any software on your laptop. You can create it on the Google browser. So this is the interface of this portal. Actually, I'll give you in detail depth like how to use these functions. I'll give you live demo also about what we called these blocks, why we call the name of these blocks, right? So these all we are going to talk actually live, right? Why I'm showing you, this is just a normal presentation, but we are going to create a live demo. So these all are the block functions. If you can see on my screen, these all are the blocks which we are going to use during designing of this mobile. So this is our first step. Let's talk to me. This is our first step. Means when you click the button, your mobile will talk to you, right? So now so let's move to the Google browser, and I also request all the teachers, you can also use your laptop or your system to create this application, right? Now I will be downloading, sorry, I will be sharing my screen of my browser, and then you can start. So give me a moment. I will share my screen. So you can open Google browser, right? If the teachers, if you have any query, I would like to request use chat box. So my colleague will can answer you or support you over there. If you have any problem, like any technical issues also there, you can just drop a text in the chat where he will be going to assist you over there. So uh, just a second. So I just a second. I'm opening my browser and I'll show you how to start with MIT App Inventor. Parallelly, I am sharing the link in the chat box. Give me a moment. So I'm dropping a link in the chat box, and I would like to request all the teachers, you can open this link in your browser, on your browser, Chrome browser, and then yes, definitely sir, I'll use Hindi also because there are some requests to use Hindi. मैं हिंदी भी यूज करूंगा, तो मैं आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ, मैंने एक लिंक भेजा है गूगल आपके चैट बॉक्स में, आप इसको ओपन कर लीजिए अपने ब्राउजर में. आई रिक्वेस्ट ऑल द टीचर्स, आई हैव शेयर्ड अ लिंक इन द text box. You can please download this one. Also, I'm sharing my screen now. This is the official website of Atal MIT App Inventor. So I'm also enabling group chat also, that where you can drop a text. So I hope my screen is now. I'm sharing my screen. So this is the web page of MIT App Inventor, right? So I will be, yeah. सो आई विल कीप माई पेस स्पीड वेरी स्लो, मैं बहुत धीरे धीरे आपको समझाऊंगा, सो दैट कोई आपका स्टेप मिस ना हो जाए. सो टीचर्स, आई विल बी कीपिंग माई पेस वेरी स्लो सो दैट यू विल understand each and every step clearly. Again, I will repeat each and every steps so that you will not going to miss anyone, right? So you can take notes also parallelly. uh, Yeah. So this is the official web page of MIT App Inventor. So in this MIT App Inventor, what you can do, here you can see create apps. If you want, I have already shared this link in the chat box. I'll request my teammate to please, you can also share the link in the chat box. Uh, Now I will share the link of this website also in the group, right? So here you can see, if if you want to know more about MIT App Inventor, अगर आप MIT के बारे में ज़्यादा जानना चाहते हैं, आप यहाँ से जाके you can see over here and you can see iOS, our team, expert trainers, everything is there, right? For educators, if you want to teach someone, if you want a tutorial, hour of code, AI with App Inventor, artificial intelligence is also added. तो आप यहाँ से ट्यूटोरियल्स में जाके या टीच करके भी आप सीख सकते हैं, और AI, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस भी हमारा ऐप इन्वेंटर में ऐड हो गया है. डेटा साइंस एंड सेंसस भी हमारा इस बार MIT में ऐड हो गया है. सो बिफोर दैट AI एंड डेटा साइंस वाज नॉट देयर, बट इट्स अ न्यू कंपोनेंट. AI डेटा साइंस पहले नहीं था, ये अभी ऐड हुआ है. नाउ लेट्स मूव टू अ लिटिल बिट डाउन, थोड़ा सा हम नीचे जाके देखेंगे. सो हियर गेट स्टार्ट, ट्राई अ ट्यूटोरियल, टीच कोडिंग, आस्क क्वेश्चन, देयर आर लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स आर देयर. राइट नाउ टुडे 30.54 users are there, monthly users, all time users, and how many mobile applications are built right now. So these are the numbers which you can see over here, right? Now now we'll move a little bit down. Now there are some news and articles, events are there which you can see, like what people are doing. And even are there are a lot of students from different countries whose name is there. Even one of the girl student from India is also, the name is also over here, you can just search, right? So we are not going to discuss more about this page, so let's start with our first app, that is create app. So आज हम सबसे पहले अपना मोबाइल ऐप बनाना सीखते हैं यहाँ से, create app से. So I'll click on the create app. Parallelly you can also try, अगर आप try करना चाहते हैं, और if you want to see how it work, then I would like to request, first you observe how actually it is working, then you can try after this session. So टीचर्स, मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा पहले आप अच्छे से समझ लीजिए, इसको देख लीजिए कि एप्लीकेशन का क्या मतलब है, देन आप इसको फिर आप बाद सेशन के बाद में आप ट्राई कर सकते हैं. 6 डिजिट का जो QR कोड है वो आपको मैं भी थोड़ी देर में शेयर करूंगा. The 6 digit code, I will be sharing this 6 digit code after some time. So I would like to request, please keep hold for some time of this 6 digit code. You don't have to do anything with that, right? So this is, I can see my screen is stuck again. I'll reshared my screen. Let me check why it's taking time. Yeah. So teacher, when you click on the create a project, not showing you welcome to MIT App Inventor AI with plus education, means you have now they have added a new feature, that is AI in mobile app development. Earlier it was not there. So I'll click continue from here. I will be sharing this link in the WhatsApp group also. uh, so the teachers, those who are not able to have the access of this web page, they can also see the, right? So this is the main page, and these are my projects which I have done when I have started, when I have joined. So in 2018 I have joined my this MIT App Inventor, and this is a date on which day and which date I have created the projects. So you can track your projects, even you can track your students projects by here. So this is how all the database is there. It's already on MIT's portal, and you can you can anytime you can open your any projects, right? So these are some projects which I have created. Now let start like how to uh, create our first project. So we will be going upside. So here you can see new project. Okay. So I will be clicking on the new project. Now after that, now what is the next step? The next step is you have to write your project name. So teachers, if you are doing it parallelly, that is fine. But if what I recommend is just you can understand the concept and then you can try it later on, because I will be sharing the recording with you after this training. So you just focus on the things that I'm going to share with you, so that you will have a clear idea about this. So the project name. So I'll write my project name. So today's teachers training program. So I'll write TEACHER. Right. Now make sure whenever you are writing, whenever you're typing the school name or your project name, there should be no special character or space in between. If you want to make space, underscore, then write training, TRANING. So you can see on my project's name over here, all the name in all the names there is no space. I have used underscore. Right. So teachers training, and then which type of toolkit you want to use. Toolkit in the sense which type of level of application you want to design. So I want to make an intermediate based, right? Then I'll using a default. By default it's there default. Okay, I'll click on okay. So when I click this one, it's loading right now. Let's wait for it open now. Yeah, now I hope now all you can see my screen clearly and it's visible to all of you. Right. So this is a interface, right? So on my screen, there are four palettes. This is the first palette. This is the second palette. This is the third palette, and this is the fourth palette. So we called it this app, MIT app is divided into four parts. One, two, three, four. Now let's understand first. So I think all of you knows, like in the market, when we visit any shop in or if we visit in a mall, there are two things are there. One is the showroom where all the goods, all the products, they have put it in a good way in a display, right? So this is basically a display part where you can see good things. But there's a storeroom also where they put all the boxes, unwanted things behind that. So this is a right. So in the similar way, in the mobile applications, whatever the things you want to show to your user, you will put all these things over here, which we called it front end, right? And behind that, whatever the part you want to do, like coding and all, that will call back end part. That means a programmer who is designing the application, they will put all these things at the back end part. So the front end means what type of application you are seeing, right? In your mobile phone, when you use a calculator, when you use a timer, so the application, how it actually looks like, about the features, the button, right? The go button, back button, enter button, these all are the these all are the uh, what we say is these are the front end things which is a user is saying. But at the backend part, what type of programming did the programmer did, that is a backend part. So I hope this one is clear, front end and back end. So front end is for users, back end is for programmers. So in the front end means how your mobile applications looks like, the color, the font, right? This is all we called front end part. And parallelly we have a backend part. So right now you can see this is my front end part. Now I'm going to show you a backend part. So the front end part, we call it designer. So if I'll make my screen a little bit zoom. Can you see here in the corner, this this is a designer part, right? Over the designer block. So these all the all in my screen, whatever you are seeing, this is comes under designer part. But when I click blocks button here in the corner, the blocks button, When I click block button, now you can see this is a backend part which a programmer can see, not the user. So I'll make my screen little bit zoom. Just a second. So this is a backend part which a programmer means if you are creating an application, only you can see the backend part, the programming part, right? So let's suppose I'll give an example. When you are want to when you are want to enter into a Zoom meeting, what you have to do, you have to click a button and then your screen will change and you can see the other options like how many participants are there. You can see my screen. So this is what the programming part actually done at the back end that you can't see, but you can see only the buttons. You can only see how to exit the chat, how to write a chat, right? These all are things that you can see. So I hope this one is clear about the front end and back end part. Right. So before moving ahead, I would like to request the teachers, those who have now asking me code or those who are asking me link, I would like to request please a little bit, you can be proactive in the group because we have already shared the details in the beginning. So if you have joined recently, I will request my colleague to share the attendance and other details in the chat. Yes. So moving to ahead, now I hope now this one is clear what is front end and what is back end. So now we'll start with our first project, that is how to add a button in your mobile phone. And then we will be discussing about how to connect, how to see a live demo on mobile phone also, right? So this is the screen. Now what you have to do, you can choose which type of Android you are using. If you are iOS user, you can select iOS 13 from here. I'll make it a little bit zoom so that it will be easily visible to all of you. So if you are an Android user, 5 plus Android user, 3.2 to 3.0 to 4.42 Android user, or iOS user, you can select the Android. So more majorly right now we are working with Android 5 plus device. So I'll select this one. Now font size, like if you are using a tablet, so obviously your screen will be a little bit larger, right? So you can select the size from here, like monitor size or tablet size. This is a monitor size kind of display you can see on my screen, right? Now this is I'll make it little bit smaller because I want to see the whole other things also, right? So this is how you can change the size of the mobile phone. Now we'll discuss about these palettes, like what is the meaning of these components first, then what is the use of this viewer part, this one, then what is the use of this all component part, and what is the use of this property part. So first thing is how to add a button on your mobile phone, right? So what you need to do, you have to go in the palette section, like over here. In the palette section, you can see there are some different options like extension, user interface, layout, media. Then the next is drawing and animation, maps, sensor. So these all are the components that we can use to create any mobile application. Let's suppose, for example, if you want to make a Google map, right? So you can use this kind of feature like map. You can use a map feature or marker, right? If you want to use any sensor in your mobile phone, then you can use sensors also. Now you can see, teachers, there are some different type of sensors in our mobile phone: accelerometer sensor, barcode sensor, clock, location sensor, orientational sensor, pedometer, right? So you can use these sensors. Like if you want to make a mobile application where you want to track the how much you have walked, right? In the so you can use this kind of sensor. Right. So these are the some additional features which you can use. Uh, so आप ये फीचर्स भी यूज कर सकते हैं जिससे आप अलग अलग टाइप के एप्लीकेशन बना सकते हैं, राइट? सो विल स्टार्ट विद आवर फर्स्ट एप्लीकेशन. हम सबसे पहले अपना फर्स्ट एप्लीकेशन बनाएंगे जहाँ पे हम बटन लगाना सीखेंगे एक मोबाइल ऐप के अंदर. तो व्हाट यू हैव टू डू टू ऐड अ बटन, एक बटन ऐड करने के लिए आपको क्या करना है? Go over here, user interface, click on user interface. Now you can see there are a lot of options. आप यहाँ पे बहुत सारे options देखेंगे बटन ऐड करने के लिए. The first is button. पहला बटन है, then we have check box, date picker, image, label, list picker, list view, notifier, password, text box. If you are making a application which is require a password, if you want that your user will add a password in your application, then you can use this one. अगर आप चाहते हो कोई ऐसी एप्लीकेशन बनाना जहाँ पे आपका यूजर पासवर्ड एंटर करे, तो आप इसको यूज कीजिए, पासवर्ड टेक्स्ट बॉक्स. So teachers, I'm using by language, so it can, so all the teachers will be requesting that use by language. So I'm repeating it in Hindi and English. So please, uh, yeah. So first, how to add a button. So click on this button part and drop it over here. Now this is the first button I can see on my mobile phone, right? Now when I added this button, you can see this button feature added over here. जैसे ही मैंने बटन को यहाँ ड्रॉप किया, आप यहाँ पे एक बटन का फीचर आप देख रहे हैं, राइट? एंड आई इफ आई वांट टू डिलीट, अगर आप डिलीट करना चाहते हैं इस बटन को, व्हाट यू हैव टू डू, आपको क्या करना है, गो ओवर हियर, डिलीट, डिलीट, डिलीट पे क्लिक करें, आपका बटन डिलीट हो गया. सो नाउ दिस इज डिलीटेड, राइट? आई मेक स्क्रीन लिटिल बिट so that now you can see it clearly. So I have done, I have drag and drop this button option over here. मुझे इस बटन को यहाँ से यहाँ ड्रॉप करना है, ऑटोमेटिकली मेरा बटन यहाँ पे आ जाएगा कंपोनेंट के अंदर. तो ये जो पार्ट है, ये बेसिकली बताता है कि हम कितने कंपोनेंट्स हमने यूज किए अपने मोबाइल में. दिस पार्ट सेज कि हाउ many components we have used in our mobile phone. You can see over here and you can see the property over here. आप प्रॉपर्टी यहाँ पे देख सकते हो उस बटन की. तो मैंने इस बटन को यहाँ से उठाया और इसको यहाँ रखा, जैसे ही रखा यहाँ ये आया हो गया. As I drop this button over here, now you can see this button one is there, and now you can change the property also from here. आप यहाँ से इसकी property भी change कर सकते हैं. You can change the property from here of any button. Like if you want to change the color of this button, if you want to rename this, if you want to increase the size, if you want to decrease the size, आप इसके size बढ़ा सकते हैं, आप कुछ भी कर सकते हैं यहाँ से, right? So let's change the each and everything over here. Let's try some experiments and we'll see the results also, right? So before moving ahead, I'll make my screen little bit zoom. और टीचर्स, इफ यू वांट टू ऐड मोर बटन्स, अगर आपको और बटन ऐड करने हैं, आप यहाँ से उठाइए उसको यहाँ रखिए. इफ यू वांट टू ऐड मोर बटन्स, आप जस्ट ड्रॉ एंड ड्रॉप buttons over there, button 1, button 2, button 3. So these are the 3 buttons in my mobile phone, right? Button 1, button 2, button 3. Fine. Now if you want to rename it, let's suppose we are going to make let's make our first app, that is a traffic light app. Okay, हम एक ऐप बनाएंगे, ट्रैफिक लाइट ऐप, जिसमें आपको क्या करना है, जैसे आप बटन को टच करें आपका कलर चेंज हो जाए. तो टीचर्स, वी आर गोइंग टू मेक एन एप्लीकेशन वेयर व्हाट यू हैव टू डू, व्हेन यू क्लिक द बटन्स, द कलर विल ऑटोमेटिकली चेंज आफ्टर टचिंग द बटन्स. So we have these 3 buttons. Let's do our first thing. We will be changing the name of these buttons from here. So I'll make it little bit zoom. I'll move to this part. Yeah, so I want to change the color of button 1. मैं पहले button 1 को change करना चाहूंगा. I hope my screen is visible to all of you. I'll make it little bit more zoom so that you can easily see what I'm trying to change, right? So this is a button 1. Now I want to rename the button 1. So I will make it as a name red. Okay, so let's go over here, and from here you can see the background. If you want to change the color background of this button, by default it's black, but if you want to change like green, now you can see this is a green color, right? So this is what I'm changing through my option. मैं अभी अपने हाथ से change कर रहा हूँ, right? But मैं ये चाहता हूँ कि जब मैं इसको touch करूँ तब change हो, right? So make it as a default, right? I'll make it as a default custom. Now if you want to change the name, what you have to do, little bit down, थोड़ा नीचे करिए, text में इसको change कर लीजिए. Just rename the text and make it as red button. So when I enter red button, now the text of this is changed, red button. Similarly, I'll change the name of this one also and this one also, right? So here I'll change the name it as red yellow, YELLO, येलो. ठीक है, मैंने इसका नाम चेंज कर दिया, येलो कलर. थर्ड बटन का मैं नाम चेंज कर रहा हूँ, ग्रीन. आई एम चेंजिंग द नेम ऑफ द थर्ड बटन, दैट इज ग्रीन, GREEN. सो आई एम जस्ट चेंजिंग द नेम, आई एम नॉट चेंजिंग द कलर. मैं नाम चेंज कर रहा हूँ, कलर चेंज नहीं कर रहा. ठीक है, सो हमने इसके नेम चेंज कर दिए. वी हैव चेंज द नेम ऑफ ईच बटन. नाउ लेट्स क्लिक ऑन द फर्स्ट पार्ट, रेड बटन. Now let's do some more activities. So I want to increase the font size. मैं इसका font size बढ़ाना चाहता हूँ, थोड़ा बड़ा करना चाहता हूँ अपनी स्क्रीन पे कि मुझे बड़ा बड़ा दिखे बटन. I want to make a big size of this. So I'll, instead of 40, I'll write 20. 20. Now here same yellow के लिए, same for yellow, we will make it 20. And for green, we will make it 20. Okay, this is how we have increased the size of our buttons. But now you can see this mobile app is not looking proper clearly because the size of three buttons are different. तीनों का size का जो button है वो अलग अलग है. Let's इसको हम एक जैसा बनाते हैं. Let's make it similar, like all the size of buttons should look like equal. So what you have to do, just click on the first button, and here in the settings, in the properties, you can change like bold, italic. You want to change like bold, italic, you can just click the options bold, italic, and automatically you can change the bold, italic option of these colors, these buttons, right? Now there's an option for changing the height and width of the button. You can change the height and width of the button. So here we have an option for changing height and width. Right. So what you have to do, teacher, there's some questions coming, ki, sir, how to do this, how to do that. So I would like to request, just you can do these changes or extra things after in your practice time. But meanwhile, I'm sharing some informative things with you. Just understand these topics. So might be you can, after this, you definitely you can try a lot of things. Actually, there are a lot of features. बहुत सारे फीचर्स यहाँ पे हैं जिसको आप ट्राई कर सकते हो इसके बाद में. बट द फर्स्ट थिंग इज, अभी आप समझ लीजिए कि हाउ आप इसको कैसे करना है. ठीक है. सो नाउ इफ आई वांट टू इंक्रीज द हाइट, मुझे अगर इसकी हाइट और विड्थ बढ़ानी है, आई वांट टू इंक्रीज हाइट एंड विड्थ. इन द हाइट एंड विड्थ कॉलम, जस्ट क्लिक दिस हाइट विड्थ. You just see fill parent. When you click fill parent means it will automatically filled how much space is there, right? जितना स्पेस बचा हुआ है अपने आप खुद अपने आप उतना फिल हो जाएगा. बट मुझे ऐसा नहीं करना. इट्स नॉट लुकिंग गुड, इट्स नॉट लुकिंग गुड. सो व्हाट आई विल डू, इन द हाइट कॉलम, instead of fill parent, I'll do one thing. I'll use percentage and I'll write over there I want 30% of button. So this, when I click, it's showing me 30%. Okay, now I want width, fully width. This empty space it also cover. मैं चाहता हूँ ये space भी cover हो जाए. So what I'll do, I'll go over here and I'll try to write percentage. I'll write 100%. The width should be 100%. So now this is, now it's coming on my whole screen, right? Now this is coming on my whole screen. अब ये पूरे screen पे मेरे आ रहा है, right? Now after this, what you have to do, let's move to the another button and we'll do the same thing. We'll do automatically को we will use 100%. हम second button में जो वेट था उसका वो पूरा 100% कर देते हैं. और इसकी जो हाइट है इसको हम थोड़ा चेंज करते हैं. हाइट को हम विल बी यूजिंग परसेंटेज ऑफ 30% so that it will be equal size. So I used a yellow button as a 100%. Again, I'll use bold and italic for this yellow part, right? Similarly for green, I'll select green. I'll make it bold and italic, and then I'll change the height and width of this button also. So I'll use percentage of 30%, and I'll use the height. I'll change the width to 100%. So now you can see all my three buttons are now similar, right? So this is our interface. This is the front end we have developed. Now let's see how, now we will see how this application actually looks like. But before that, let's we have done the designing part. This is a front end part that the user can see. I hope now this one is clear. This is what we have done. The user can see these three buttons with this much of size and all. Right. Now the next part is coding part. So before moving to coding part, I'll take some questions in the chat box. Teachers, I would like to request again, I'm repeating, right now there is no need of a code. I will be sharing the code once I will reach over there. I'll reach over there, right? Then you can go, you can use your own codes, right? In every system, we have an individual code. So this code is basically you can use when you are designing your own application. I'll tell you how to generate code and all, right? Now, before moving ahead, I hope this one is clear to all of you, right? So just give me 1 minute. I'll unmute. You can text in the chat box. I can see the how to put button in a row. Definitely, ma'am. I'll tell you how to put a button in a row. In the next calculator app, I'll tell you how to put button in row and column. I hope now till this you it's all clear how to keep all buttons in row, sir. Definitely, ma'am. I'll tell you how to uh, put all buttons in row and column. So if you have any doubt, you can ask. Then we will be beginning in 1 or 2 minutes. Or if it's okay, if everything is going well, you can just raise a hand, or you can just give me a thumbs up in the chat box so I can go ahead. Okay, okay, fine, all right. Button option is not working. I'll tell you how it will work. Yeah, I will be covering more things over there. This is just first step actually. Those who want how to add rows and columns, that I will be covering, right? Okay, right. So I will be starting this session. How to drag drop button. Our app is not opening. So okay, so I think most of the teachers are saying they are good to go. Yes, I will be sharing assignment for today's session also. After this training, at 12:45, we will be sharing assignment of this MIT App Inventor. Again, I'm repeating for 6-digit code. Please wait for some time. I will be sharing this 6-digit code after during this training. So please be with us. I will be sharing. So I think a lot of teachers have multiple questions, multiple doubts. So will be covering all these questions and doubts just right now. So be with us. Yeah. So now. I think someone have shared a colored picture. That's good actually. You have shared a picture. But now we will be going. I will be going to show how to make this application live. How I can see this application on my mobile phone also. Right. So moving ahead, now teachers, this is a front end part, the designer part, this that the user will see, your user who to whom for whom you have created this application. Now let's do the coding part. So in the coding part, what you have to do, you have to click on this option, which is a block part. Now you can see on the top there is a block part over here. You have to click on this option, block part, right? Designer part, till now we are working on the designer part. Now we will work on block part. So I'll click the block part. Now this is the backend, right? This is the backend part. Now in the backend part, there are two, three things are there. The first is the built-in options. So these are the options which are already available, and you can use these options to create your to do the programming or to the block-based programming, right? And this is showing the screen one, like on your screen one means we have used three buttons. So it's showing me three buttons you have used, right? This is the so whatever buttons, whatever features you will be using on your designer part, it will appear over here. ठीक है, आप जो भी वहाँ डिजाइनिंग पार्ट में यूज करेंगे, बटन, सेंसर्स, वो सब आपको यहाँ पे दिखाई देगा कोडिंग वाले पार्ट में कि आपने ये चीजें यूज की हैं। ठीक है, अभी हम चलते हैं आगे। नाउ लेट्स मूव टू द नेक्स्ट वन। सो वी आर मेकिंग एन ऐप। हम एक ऐसी ऐप बना रहे हैं जहाँ पे बटन वन को क्लिक करते हैं उसका कलर चेंज हो जाए। सो उसको क्या करना है, वी विल जस्ट क्लिक ऑन दिस बटन वन। So when you click on this button one, you will see this option. जब आप बटन वन पे क्लिक करेंगे तो आपके सामने ये ओपन हो जाएगा। लॉजिक, वी कॉल इट लॉजिक। सो इन द लॉजिक वी विल बी ड्रैगिंग दिस वन, द फर्स्ट वन, राइट। हमने इसको यूज किया फर्स्ट वन को। इसका मतलब क्या है, व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ दिस वन, कि व्हेन द बटन वन इज क्लिक्ड, so this is the meaning of this option is, when the button one is clicked, then what will happen, right? Then what will happen again? We will be clicking on this button one again, and here, if you move or scroll it down, you can see there's an option, set button one background color. Okay, so I'll using this option. I'll drag it here and I will place it inside the this option like this, attach. So when button one is clicked, when someone click the button one, then what will happen? Set change the button one background, right? Button one background, so button one is for red color, right? So what we will do, we have to attach the color of red over here. So what I'll do, I'll go in the color section. Here you can see the color section. As I told you, here we have some built-in options like text block is there. If you want to write something, you can use text block. These are the text block, right? If you want to something on your screen, then you can use text color or text block. Then if you want to use maths, if you want to do some logics, plus, minus, multiply, divide, as a math teacher, you want to make an application like calculator or any other application, so you can use math block, right? Then in the math block also you can see a lot of features like divide, random number, integers, equal, decimal. If you want to use any variable, variable means any random number. I think we all know what are variables, so you can use these options. If you want to use color, then you can use color palette. So I want to use red color. I'll put it over here, this. So whenever I click button one or red button, first button, the background of that button will change to red, right? Similarly, I'll do one thing. I'll do this programming block based coding for my next other two buttons. So I'll drag it over here. I will put it over, I will use this option again. So when someone click my button two, then what will happen? So again here I will be using the same option, set the button two. Now in which color? So we'll go in the color option, and in the color option we will be using green color. So when not the green but the yellow one, right? So I'll use yellow one because second is for yellow, and I'll put it over there. Now let's move to the third one. The again third one we have to do the same step. So what I'll do, I'll make a duplicate of this by clicking on left. I'll just press the right click and I'll make a duplicate. Now teachers, one thing, when you are creating this application, make sure that there is no error. Now you can see there's a red cross. A red cross means there's an error in this block based code, but here there is no error, right? So how to check the why the error is coming? Because I have used button to double time, so that's why it's showing me you are using two times same button. So I'll change the number of button from here, button one to button three. So now when I select button three, automatically the cross sign will goes right. Now here when I click button three, what will happen? I want to change the button three ka color to green. So I'll remove this one and I'll attach this one. Okay, I'll delete this but option. So this is what we have done our programming coding. Basically it's a block based coding which is very easy to understand for the students, right? Now let's try how it actually work, right? How it actually work. So to connect your mobile phone, to see the live demo of your this application on your mobile phone, what is the step? So there are four steps. The first is you have to click on this option, that is connect button. connect button. Click on this connect button. Through this you can connect your software with your mobile phone, right? So in the AI companion, basically there are three ways to connect your this software with your mobile phone. First is AI companion, second is emulator, third is USB. Means AI companion means you can connect your software with your Android phone. You can see the live demonstration of this application. You can see the live demo of this designer part. Let me make it a little bit small. Yeah, you can see the designer part on your Android phone by clicking on this AI companion. By and you have there's a process. I'll tell you. Second is emulator. Emulator means if you don't have a mobile phone, you can watch a live emulation over here, like simulation basically. If I says, you can see a mobile phone will come on your screen and you can do a live simulation over there. Everything like what you are seeing on your Android phone, you can see the same thing over here on your screen. Third is the USB, means you can connect your laptop with a USB and you can see the live changes over there. But all the time I recommend AI companion because I had worked with this and this is one of the best thing, right? So parallelly, I am going to share my screen, my mobile phone screen with you. Let me just a second. Photo, image, document, screen. So I hope now my mobile phone screen is visible to all of you, right? So you can see this is my MIT app companion, which I told you to please which I asked you to download the first top screen MIT app companion, right? This is the application which I asked you to install on your mobile phone. This is for Android users, but if you are not Android user, you can use you can download iOS. There's an this app is basically for iOS also, right? So when I click this button, now it's asking me कि you are not connected with Wi-Fi. So I'll say I will continue without Wi-Fi. ठीक है? Now this is the main thing that every teacher is asking, sir, what is the code? What is the code we have to use? Now I'll tell you how to use the code. So here there are two options: connect with code or scan with code. So basically, why it's saying connect with code or scan with code? Connect with code means that you want connect your MIT app companion mobile application with your software that actually right now I am sharing with you that we have designed these three red buttons. So I want to connect my software with a mobile phone, so I can connect through I can write a code over here, and even I can connect it through QR code. So I will be sharing, I will be scanning. I'll click on scan QR code. Now teachers, I can see, I think my now my camera is open, and you can see my screen also, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this MIT app inventor, right? Can you see my on my mobile phone this MIT app? Now I'm going to click AI companion. So when I click AI companion, there are two things coming. The one is QR code. You can write this QR code on your mobile app, or even you can scan this one. So I scanned. When I scan this code, it will take hardly 3 to 5 seconds, and my mobile will show you this feature that we have designed. This, can you see this red button, yellow or green, right? The same that we have designed in our application, MIT application. Now it's coming on my screen, right? So this is the way. ओके, आई एम गोइंग स्लोली अगेन. सो मैंने ये बोला है कि हमने जो अभी अपने लैपटॉप में जो डिजाइन किए थे तीन बटन, रेड, येलो और ग्रीन, वो तीनों हमने अभी अपने मोबाइल फोन में, अब आपको देख पा रहे हो तो वो कैसे किया मैंने. मैंने अपने लैपटॉप में एआई कंपेनियन पे क्लिक किया था तो उसने मुझे कोड दिखाया, और मैंने अपने मोबाइल फोन से उस कोड को स्कैन किया. दो ऑप्शन आ रहे थे कि आप कैसे स्कैन करना चाहते हैं, आप कोड डाल के स्कैन करना चाहते हैं या क्यूआर कोड स्कैन करना चाहते हैं. तो जैसे मैंने उसको स्कैन किया, वो ऑटोमेटिकली स्कैन करने के बाद तीनों चीजें मेरे स्क्रीन पे आ गई. सो टीचर्स, आई एम रिपीटिंग. Yeah, definitely I'll do the scanning part again, but I would like to request all the teachers, when I scan my QR code, I request everyone, please do not scan my code, because what happens, whenever I took the session, any random person can scan, so I'm not able to show you the things, right? So I'm again closing this screen. I'm closing this screen, and I'm sharing my again. I'm sharing my mobile phone. Just a second. So you can see this MIT QR application, right? So there are two things. What for the one is connect with code. So you can write the code here, or even you can connect your laptop with the QR code. It's there. So I'll show you from where you can copy this QR code. Just a second. I'll share my screen. So here, can you see here? There's an option for connect. This one, there is an option for connect in the top. In the top, this one is for project, to start new project, old project. The second is for connect. So in the connect option, there is an option for AI companion, right? When you click on AI companion, you will see two things. The one is the QR code, and this is the QR code, and another is a 6-digit code, right? So these are the two things that are available. So what I'm trying to say is uh, scan this QR code, and even I can scan it this QR code, or even I can use the code, and I have to type. So what I'm going to do here, again I'm sharing my screen. So I have opened this application. Yes, you have to cast. It's kind of casting. So here I am going to type the 6-digit code, which is coming on my MIT App Inventors portal, right? So here let me write the code of this 6-digit code. I'll copy it from my system. I hope आपको समझ में आ गया हम क्या कर रहे हैं। हम लोग हमारे जो जहाँ पे हमने अभी प्रोग्रामिंग की थी, कोडिंग की थी, वहां से वो 6 डिजिट का कोड हमें इसमें लिखना है, राइट करना है। वी जस्ट हैव टू राइट द 6-digit कोड from the MIT app portal that we are designing, right? So I'll open this AI companion app again, but I think you are not able to see because I'm working it on my system. Now I'm writing the code. So my code is GXCLB and this one. So I'm clicking on connect with code. So you can connect it through code, or you can connect it with through the scanning the QR code. So there are two methods. I will be taking your doubt. This I'll take. If you have, if still the teachers have any issues, I will take. So now I'm going to show you how it actually work, right? So right now it's loading. It's showing me this much of amount of data has been loaded, and just for after 5 to 10 seconds, now I will see this code on my system. I would also like to request teachers, please do not use my code, because if you use my code, my programming and all, it will be visible on your screen, and I'm not able to show you a live demo of this one. So I would like to request, please, do not use the same code that I am using, right? So it's taking time. I think someone have used my code. So I'll do one thing. I'll recreate it again. Just a second. Connect, hard reset. Let me again I'll connect AI companion, and in the AI companion again I'm using this QR. I'm using this one here. Continue. So you can see I'm scanning through QR code, right? So I'll click on AI companion. I'll click on AI companion. Now this QR code will appear on my screen. Reset connections. Let me reset my connection, the previous one. Hard reset and reset the connection. Refresh companion sheet. Let's connect it again. Okay, the page is not responding, but let me check. What happened? Again, we'll try to connect AI companion. When I click on AI companion, this QR code is coming over here. I'll scan the QR code. Okay, let's see now it will work. Yeah, now it's loading. 15%, 20, 35, 40. Now, teachers, I hope now you can see my this application that we have designed on my system. Now, when I click red button, now see I'm going to touch this red button and you can see the same on my screen, right? So when I clicked red button, the color goes red. I'll turn on my camera also so that you can see what I'm trying, what I'm doing, right? So uh, let me turn on the camera so you can see parallelly. Right. Now, can you see my mobile phone? I don't know why it's not visible. Yeah. So when I click a red button, it's showing me red color, right? But when I just let me change the background. Okay. Now I'm going to click on the yellow button. So when I click the yellow button, the yellow is not coming. Okay. When I click green, the green is also not coming. Okay, let's see why it's not coming. Let's move to the programming part and see why it's not coming. Because so we'll go in the code part. Let's see why it's not coming. We'll go in the block part. In the block part, we will see what is the challenge. Hmm. Okay, okay. Now I got it. Now I got it. Why it's not coming? Because in the first one we have used button one, but in the second and third we have not used button. We have used something else. Now see, we have not used button, but we have used something else, which is I'll make it little bit zoom. See, we have used get focus. So we have not. We have to. I think by mistake we have choose this option. So we will deleting this one, get focus and get focus. And now I will be using button 2 when button 2 is clicked. When button 2 is clicked and I make a duplicate of this one for button 3, right? Now I'll select button 3 over here. Now this one and this one. Now let's try on my screen. Now let's try the designing part. So again, I'm sharing my screen. I'm sharing my mobile phone screen. So this is the button 1. Now I'll click button 2, right? I'll click button 2, button, okay, but I'll check button 2. So button 2 is not again coming. Let me check. Uh, okay, it was not fitted right now. It was not completely not inside the button 2 palette. We have not put it inside the button 2 palette. And let me fix it inside it. Yes. Now when I click button 2, now you can see colors of red, green and yellow, right? So this is how we can create our first app, that is a normal. See, while clicking these button 1, 2, 3, we can change the color, right? So this is a simple thing, right? This is very, very simple thing. By using these applications, we can create a normal projects. So I hope this one is clear to all of you. Now, if I want to add a button to remove all these colors, right? This is what also we can do. When I click button 4, all the colors will be removed. So this is a homework for all the teachers, like what you have to do. You have to add you have to add a button over there, button 4 on your mobile phone. When I click the button 4, all the color will change. Right. So, so before ahead, we have 40 minutes and we will be moving to our new application. Yeah, definitely. I'll share the chat. Just before that, I will take 5 minutes for your doubts and then we will be beginning to our new topic, that is how to make a calculator, because it requires a lot of time.
हेलो।
Yeah, hello.
यस। सर आपने जो अभी किया रेड ग्रीन येलो, अब इतना तो सपोज हो गया। अब मुझे अगेन सिर्फ ग्रीन दिखाना हो तो फिर नीचे का रेड और येलो नहीं दिखाना हो तो?
मैं बताता हूँ
हाँ।
सी।
हाँ।
So you are not audible.